What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Thompson Twins. And we're returning to Big Trash 1989. Thank you again to Phil for this catalog. And the next track in the playlist is Love Jungle, which I don't quite know what to do with. Obviously, a jungle for us humans is a very disorienting and or dangerous place where predatory animals and creatures which are very wild live, and thus it is a place that humans, if they do traverse it, must be very careful. But the way we use jungle as an idiom typically means somewhere that is, again, very dense and dynamic and unpredictable. So the idea of a love jungle maybe means, you're fending for yourself in a place with dangers, but also perhaps exotic temptations. Of course, it could be more narrowly defined between two people, so it's not about a whole bunch of external threats and or factors, but more about the complicated nature of an entanglement between two people in particular. Maybe it'll have nothing to do with any of that. So let's see what we can pick up on a first listen, or at least a first listen for me. This is Thompson Twins. The tune is Love Jungle, and it's from the 1989 album Big Trash. a very interesting tune, and sonically I enjoyed a lot. Though I will say, listen to that. I feel like it's very far away from "Hold Me Now" or some of the sort of mid '80s tracks that they did, even though it's only a few years later. So yeah, sonically I definitely hear an evolution. But again, I suppose at the same time, there's some Thompson Twins hallmarks. There's a lot of cool percussive elements, but I was also noticing that big kind of organ riff in the middle of the track, and then that, like, it sounded like a synth harmonica or something. I don't know exactly what that was. Maybe it's just a keyboard kit. Maybe it really was sort of a harmonica or some similar type of instrument. But yeah, it gave it sort of like a bluesy, folksy type of flavor, even with the overall kind of synth funk feel to the track. Lyrically, it seems much broader than I considered going into it. Now, there is that line about, like, you're a really modern girl. Okay, fine. But the rest of it is like, we're paying rent and we have books, not because we've ever read them, but because they look nice on the walls, or, they spruce up our apartment and make us look like we're smart. And, we go visit our families on the weekend and they think we're smart. And we don't know really what to say or what we're doing, but we get by. And, like, it just seems like it's making a lot of comments on kind of faking it in life and sort of getting through, and not really knowing what you're doing, but sort of passing off like you are. And so again, it seems like a much broader commentary than I considered in advance. And also, even if it's like, it feels cleverly self-denigrating, like the idea that, like, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing either, and I kind of do something superficially for show, but I'm just kind of getting by like everyone else, and who knows, this is just the way of modern times. So again, it is funny, like, listening to a tune that's 35 years old or so, and thinking about it like them talking about its modern times, which I get it. That's like, there are aspects of modern times that persist, and then there's aspects that are sort of like dated by the particular time and place they come from. But some of the lines here, I think, you could say it now in 2025 and it feels like it would still be relevant and still be, indicative of the crazy modern world we live in. But yeah, I was amused by and intrigued by a lot of the lines, and I'd have to go back and listen again. But Love Jungle, like, what does it take me back to Love Jungle, something like that. So I actually don't quite know how to read that. It feels less overtly like romance or psychosexual than I was thinking, even with that line about the person being addressed, the girl being a modern girl. So yeah, definitely some intriguing lyrics, and I enjoy the, again, like, synth funk sound and the various percussive layers, and especially that harmonica or whatever that was. That was a really cool element. So another cool track from them. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Peace.